The following is a podcast meant for adults and discuss things like sexual content and alcohol use. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Drunk Texting Podcast, the podcast where we have some drink, talk some mess, and help you get through your thirsty Thursday as only we can. Before we get into today's episode, we always want to do this. We want to remind you, always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, sometimes drink and text. With that being said, I am one half of your co-hosting team, JB, and I'm joined here today by my co-hostess with the mostest. Please tell the people who you are and what adjective you might have for them today.
Adjective of the day. It's changed on me, but sure. I am the utopian Kristal.
Bullshit.
Lies! Why do you lie on my name?
Utopian.
What was the other adjective we said? Agreeable?
She's not agreeable
Yes,
either.
I am.
No, she's not.
Yes, I am.
No, she's
You're not agreeing with me, so you're not agreeable.
Oh, I never claimed to be agreeable. I never used that
I am,
adjective.
and that's why I'm the agreeable one.
No, you're
Yes,
not.
I
You're
am.
not. And
Yes.
the people who have watched
Well,
this
you
and
tell
have been
it
here
to-
since the beginning
Tell
will
it to
know
random
the
word
truth.
generator that I'm not agreeable. Yeah.
I will. I'll go into the code and make it so that way every time you show up on that website, you just don't get agreeable ever again. Or utopian.
I don't know why you're hating on Utopia.
Because you're not utopian.
I am. I'm a gift sent from above. As Angelica would say, I am a gift from above.
Studio audience, come get her, please. Nah, man. But we are going to get into it. I can't even ask you what you're drinking today because we are drinking the same thing.
A podcast first.
It is a podcast first. This was actually a hand-created drink created by one half of the studio audience who sometimes is here, sometimes isn't, but is my wife. A studio audience, what is this again?
It's called Bounce That Ass.
Okay, it's called the Bounce That Ass. What's in it?
Sunny D, strawberry, Amsterdam green apple, vodka. Y'all need to sponsor me. Rum, kinky, some tequila rose, and peach syrup. I think that's it. Oh, and lemonade.
And lemonade. Just regular lemonade, not like spiked lemonade. And I'll admit, these are the types of drinks. This is why our friend group don't let either my wife or myself make drinks for the function because
I've heard her make drinks.
these right here, strong, deceptively just like juice.
Those are the best ones.
Oh, of course they are.
The best ones.
But that's the problem. You drink like 3 cups of that thinking like, oh, it's just juice, it'll be all right. Then all of a sudden it just hits you. Now you look like that one meme of the guy that's in the car and he's just like,
Or that
when it hits
or the gif of the guy falling down the stairs after he walked out the door.
Yeah.
Like,
you go to stand up and all of a sudden you're flipped head over heels trying to take a step. Like
that's what I like.
that's
I like the ones that sneak up on you.
that's what these drinks are. We
And I'm
both
here for
do
it.
that.
I'm here for it.
But that's what we're having because our lovely studio audience, aka my wife, was so nice to make it, and she let us have some for the podcast. So if you make it, tag us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have a Reddit page, Discord. Tag us, let us see it. # Drunk Text Pod or whatever the weekly episodic podcast.
Make it and
hashtag.
drink it with us.
You know,
As you
pause it
rewatch the episode.
Go get the ingredients if you don't already have it. Make it and drink it with it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Drink with us.
That'd be cool.
That's a part of the Discord. Drink with us.
One day we will do that. If we end up changing the podcast time, like when the podcast comes out, what we'll do is we'll do like a live listen back. So like it is on YouTube live playing, but we're in the Discord streaming it for everybody,
I like
or
that.
just like in the Discord listening along and talking to people as it's happening.
Get behind the scenes commentary.
Oh, of course.
Like, now see that part right there, they cut. That was the best part when he fucking cut it. As a hater.
Just like, man, you know, we had been talking for like 20 minutes before we actually even started the episode. And like, we had to cut all that shit out because none of that was a part of the official episode. But you can find it on the Patreon, like stuff like that.
The right back behind the scenes.
Which, speaking of, we're thinking about having a Patreon before the end of the year. We gotta have the numbers to reflect actually having us have one though. We're not just gonna make one if we don't have the numbers to reflect.
If y'all want a Patreon, let us know.
Right.
Tell your friends.
You get all kinds of stuff like behind the scenes access and
Exclusive access.
And also, you know, once we start getting merch and stuff, because there are plenty of sound bites from our podcast that we can turn into merch.
She's a shirt that says, ooh.
Or even say, I'm a woo man.
I'm a woo
I'm a
man.
woo man. That-
Oh my god, I have one that
I
says
keep-
unofficial studio audience. member.
Unofficial studio audience.
I like that. I have
would
like a
be
baseball
great.
jersey, the back says studio audience.
Yes.
I like that. That's
I ain't gonna lie though. I keep saying it. He's gonna end up being one of the. He's
Yeah.
gonna end up being one of the like fan favorite, like the everybody loves him the most type deal.
And they're never gonna know who studio audience really is. Dun dun dun.
We're gonna come home with no face mask.
Lord have mercy.
Honestly, for Halloween, I don't see why not.
I mean, maybe.
Just sit there in a black sheet. It's a no face mask.
Halloween or Valentine's Day.
The hard thing will be is how are we gonna drink our drinks with our mask on.
A straw. Take a straw, drill a hole through the mask, and there you go. That's how you do that.
Lord have mercy.
Innovation.
You ready to get into our first section?
Yeah.
So our first section is our question of the week. And this question of the week is via r/ask Reddit on Reddit. I just thought that we would do something light this week.
Oh, nothing spicy?
Nothing spicy. In fact, it's the opposite of spicy.
Ah.
What's the best compliment you've ever received from a stranger? I think this was nice.
That's nice.
You know, we've had some craziness over the past few weeks. People slicing open arms and losing eyes and shit. I was like, you know what? Let's have something nice.
Like crazy
Just a
Vegas,
nice,
all that
some
jazz.
nice compliments.
Yeah, keep it nice and simple.
Exactly.
It's 14, 15.
I think that's episode 15.
What the fuck is
It's
this?
episode 15.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man,
We
15.
made it 15 episodes.
15 is
Man.
not a great number. 15 is nothing special.
15 is a great number.
Yes, what's
I was
special
born on
about
15.
Okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
I was born
You
on
was-
14. I don't care about 15.
That's crazy. Nothing good came from 14.
15.
15 is great. See?
Okay, lies.
See?
14.
Now you see?
14. How do you get 14? 2 sevens. 7. Lucky number.
And
Lie. Yes.
that's
Yes.
a lot of moving around numbers just to get to that.
Okay.
episode.
What's the unlucky number?
13.
Uh-huh. What comes after a shower? A rainbow. Thank you. I'm the good after the bad. Thank you.
That's so much. Like, I'm surprised you haven't thrown out your back with the level of stretching that you just did to try to reach that conclusion.
I'm just speaking facts, man.
No, you're
That's-
not.
Yes.
Yet she wanted to say that she was agreeable.
I am. I'm
Yet
just
she
giving it in
wanted-
perspective.
Yet she wanted to say she was agreeable.
I am.
Anyway, question of the week: what's the best compliment you've ever received from a stranger? Someone once told me they felt truly understood in a conversation with me. That's the type of thing that, like, to be told something like that, that's wonderful. Like,
That's nice.
I feel truly understood talking to you.
I wonder if it was that therapist.
Like that just,
What was that?
let's see. Being in a service industry, people don't really notice you. Recently, a customer stopped before paying and looked me in my eyes and said, "You were just so full of light, do you know?" And that made me feel so seen.
Oh.
Okay, but like truly, to be told something like that, like,
Especially in customer service.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, what?
Yeah.
Remember one of the first times me, you, my studio audience, and one of your other friends ever met me was I was working in the service industry at Rue 21. I already knew you, but I didn't know them. So
And we came there to cause chaos.
y'all came in there to cause chaos to find
Mhm.
some stuff for what is it called? 'Cause y'all
Spanish
came-
fly.
Yeah, that.
Fly. Got it.
And y'all came in, and literally the whole time you were sitting there chilling, talking to me, and they were just kind of like, "Can we go?" And we were just chopping it up.
That's all we ever done, chop it up. That's
That's
it.
literally every time we saw each other, we were just like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Still couldn't tell you how we met, but hey, been chopping up ever since.
Yep. I genuinely cannot tell.
Couldn't tell
I
you.
could not tell you
Nah,
how we met, how we became friends, nothing.
none of that.
We just every time we saw each other though, we were like,
It just
"Hey."
happened one day.
Just awkwardness. I think it was our combined just awkward of like, how did we ever meet?
Yeah.
And just not wanting to be that one to break the, do you know how we met? Because I don't know how
Well,
we
now we both acknowledge that we have no idea how we met or became friends.
Very true. But, you know, I wouldn't change it because if I did change it, we wouldn't be on our 15th episode of the podcast.
Absolutely right.
So,
I'm
you
here
know,
for it. Unexpected friendships.
absolutely. Those are usually the best ones.
Yeah. What else we got? What are the
Let's
nice
see.
compliments?
The next one. I was riding the bus home with my kid, who was about 5, as someone we see on our bus regularly came up to me and said, "You know, whenever I see little kids and tired moms on the bus, I inwardly cringe because I know the kid will cry and be disruptive. But every day I see the two of you, and no matter what else is happening, you two are always talking and laughing and having fun together. Thank you for that. It makes me so happy."
What the kill
What?
story?
I'm gonna be honest.
How you laughing with a 5-year-old? What y'all laughing about? What you laughing with a 5-year-old about?
I'm gonna be
What
honest.
you talking with a 5-year-old?
That one felt kind of backhanded compliment-ish. Because it was like, oh, normally I see kids with their parents and they're loud and disruptive.
It's like saying like that all this. I see all this chaos. Y'all the exception.
Right.
Y'all like right in the chaos.
That felt kind of like backhanded almost.
Who is backhand? It's like saying I see you. That's what I'm saying. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you and your calm child amongst the rest of these victims.
Mm. These crotch goblins.
Jesus
See demon.
Christ. This one actually,
Oh.
I was in an elevator with an obviously pregnant woman, and she turned to me and said, "I hope when my little girl is born, she will look as beautiful as you. I will never forget that." Like, bro.
Oh. That's like when women give birth and they name the baby after the nurse that helped them.
Okay, but like, how do you not have a name planned out?
Some people don't.
I couldn't go that long. Granted, I don't have any names that I could potentially use because any of the names that I was gonna use have already been shot down. So I don't have any names.
If they
on
were
the list
shot
yet.
down, they might not have been good names.
They were good names.
Were they?
Yes,
Were they?
they were. They were good
Who
names.
your audience
They
disagrees?
were good names.
They were basic.
Yeah. What, like Michael?
No,
They were like
Jordan?
Jessica.
Jessica.
I did not say
Or
Jessica.
like Jennifer or some shit like that.
Ew.
No, one of them was gonna be Mallory. Cause I like the name Mallory.
Wait a fuck, you're not gonna name a little black girl Mallory? You're not
Fuck
gonna, no.
no.
Fuck no. You're not gonna know a little black girl Mallory? Gosh, no. How you come up with Mallory?
Cause I like the name Mallory.
I know Mallory.
I knew a Mallory.
And you're like, I like this girl so much, my child.
No, he actually hates that person.
And you want to name your child after?
No, it wouldn't be after her. I had already had the name Mallory. I really don't remember where I got the name Mallory from.
I need you to go back in your memory bank and find that.
I don't
Why?
really don't remember. It was
All
either
the
gonna be
names of-
so. There was one, and then I wanted to do if I had a son, you know, name him Junior. I'd like to be Junior. I'd call him JJ. He'd be
Okay,
JJ.
okay, I'll give you that.
And I thought that'd be nice, you know,
I'll
especially
give you
because he carry on my name. I like that.
Okay.
Then I was like, okay, fine. Then I wanted to continue the tradition that my mom did with me, was that I keep her initials. Because then my mom
Oh, your mom did that?
my mom named me. That was something that her and my dad had talked about. They originally thought about like all of the different names that I could have, and they were like, But whatever the names are, we want him to have the same initial as his mom.
Yo, why was that the same shit with my dad? I have the same exact initials as my dad. He's like, I don't care what the name is. Give her my initials. I hate that for us.
I don't mind it. I thought it was kind of sweet.
No, because they just gave me some random ass shit.
It's true. Oh yeah, no, my almost name.
What's your almost name?
My almost name was either gonna be Jeffrey Stanley or Joshua Stanley. They were gonna name me Joshua Stanley. That shit would have been, bro.
I can't see you being a Jeffrey.
They were. No. It was Jeffrey. For the first name, it was either gonna be Jeffrey, Jonathan, or Joshua. And then they I don't know where they got Stanley from. But they were like, yeah, it was either gonna be like Jeffrey Stanley or Joshua Stanley.
It's the Stanley that's killed. They gave you the right name. Because Jeffrey.
I'd have been cool with it.
You'd have been there to go by Jeff.
Oh, of course. I'd have went by Jeff.
And you don't look like a Jeff.
Not at all.
Kind of maybe somewhat pass as a Josh, but a Jeff, never.
That's crazy.
Never that. I don't have an almost name. I have a boy. If I would have been a boy, I would have had that name, but I've never had an almost name.
I don't have an almost name either.
Alright, damn crazy.
That's why, but like, even if I have a daughter, I'd like her to have my initials. I think that would be cute.
I mean, you could probably find some middle ground with that.
I hope so.
Just call them some random name.
Because it seems like every other idea I've had is being shut down. Like,
Well, when you came with the name Mallory, I would shut that down too. I'm sorry, Mallory's just not giving.
You know what? I'm just
It's
gonna
not at
disappear
all.
to another.
Like, I would
planet.
accept Melody.
Okay,
That
Melody.
was another one on the list.
I can rock with
I would
Melody.
accept Melody, not Mallory.
Alright,
That's
I
such
can
an
accept
old
that.
ass person name.
Well, after she shot down Mallory, I was like, well, then what about Melody? Because I also like the name
Melody or Melanie?
Melody.
No.
I like Melody or I like Melanie. I like both.
Melanie. I can see you with a dog named Melanie.
Yeah.
I can see Melanie. Y'all should have a kid named Melanie. I like that.
The way it's going, I don't have a kid at all.
Her name was Melanie.
He shut down some of mine too.
I don't even
What was-
remember.
what-
I'm gonna be honest, I
what was
really
one of
don't
yours?
even remember.
I think one that I had was Leilani.
Oh yeah, I said no. I said I remember saying no
Why
to
did you
that.
say no to
I
Leilani?
remember saying no to Leilani.
Why
I do
no
remember
Leilani?
that. I was like, no, that is way too Leilani. I was like, no, we're not giving
Because
our
there's
child-
so many syllables.
that was
Are you
part of it.
limiting
That was-
syllables?
That was part of it.
Illiterate
Melody.
Yeah,
Say
see,
something.
Leilani. I don't know
That's
why.
three syllables.
Hold on. Something about that, I don't know why. Leilani, I was like, no.
It's
no,
three syllables.
No.
And then we can call him Lonnie for short.
But if that's the case,
Lane.
why not just call her Lonnie?
What
Why
do
not just name her
Because
Lonnie?
that's not fun. Who wants it?
Same thing
If we're
with
gonna-
Justin. I don't call you Jay.
Period.
Because you're my wife. You don't even call me Justin. You don't even call me Justin. You call me babe or baby or nigga.
That's facts. That's big facts.
So like,
You're not supposed to call your significant other by their name anyway.
I do when I'm annoyed with her.
He don't
When
even
I'm-
respond when I call his name.
That's fair. You know what? That's
I be
fair.
trying, never answer.
But when I'm irritated or I'm annoyed with her, I call her by her name, and I will.
The government?
The government.
You're trifling.
You know what?
You harass
I'll do the nickname. I'll do the nickname for a little bit, but it depends on like if I'm really frustrated or irritated with her, I will go government. I might even go government first and middle.
She gonna throw something at you.
He hates me.
I do not
That's
hate
so
you.
mean.
I do not hate you.
The full government is disrespectful.
Just
I remember there was one time I called her by her government because she couldn't hear me. Like she wasn't, I literally kept going, babe. And so then I called her by her middle, like by her government, and she kind of turned and looked at me and said, glad that got your
Then
attention.
again, that's a funny trend on TikTok by like wives or girlfriends calling their significant other by their full government name.
in front of the family.
And the family just like evacuates.
Everybody just, ooh, what did you do? Ooh.
I'm gonna start doing that.
I feel like if I try to do that in front of your folks, your dad would just laugh.
I will have to be very specific with how I did that.
fact, because it's also like in the tone of how you do it.
No, not even that. I just be very. I gotta make sure I put the last part on there, or I'm gonna be in fucking trouble.
That's fair.
I'd be in fucking trouble if I didn't put that last bit on there. Cause he looked at me like, what? Like, yo, not you, bro. Chill.
Because I'm a junior.
Exactly.
Oh.
So if I put that junior on there, I'm gonna get a lecture, and I don't want that. Any more compliments getting us back on track?
This is one, and I think we can do this one before going into our own personal.
Mm-hmm.
When I was about 14, I started growing out my hair. When I was 20 now with my first proper girlfriend, I got it cut at the most expensive fashionable place in town. Walking back from the hairdresser, a woman my age gave me a weird level of eye contact as we passed each other. I returned fire, amused. We ended up walking backwards to maintain it. Is this a good stare or a bad stare? Her. Oh, it's definitely a good stare. And then a week later, while working at the door at a nightclub, a patron had to be removed because she wouldn't leave me alone. I had previously been fucking invisible. For 2 weeks, that cut was a compliment machine. Then sadly, my natural dorkiness overwhelmed its powers.
Damn.
Nah, man, I've been there. There's no amount of attractive haircut that could ever stop the weirdness and just the. That's why now at this point in my life, you know, I'm married. I'm happily married. When I'm out in public, I just tend not to say nothing because I'm like, look, man.
Personality will kill it every time.
Every single time, and I'm like, granted, I know that the people that are genuine for my life, they'll stay around, but like most of them other ones, I just don't feel like going through the irritation of having to sit there and be like, yeah, I like anime, I like video games, I live stream, da 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 da. Like, I don't like putting myself out there only to have people. And granted, it doesn't sting as much when it is people that I don't know versus people that I do. But I guess because of the fact that I've had that sting of people who I do know in my personal life shun me for how I'm weird and everything else. So I'm just like, well, shit. Now I don't want anybody to.
See, I have RBF, so people don't talk to me anyway. It don't matter how I look. It's weird having RBF, but also talk to me face at the same time. It's very confusing.
That's bad.
Like I'm just mean mugging, but you still want to come and tell me what's wrong with you.
And that's
like,
also
I care.
And that's also part of where my dorkiness. I don't have that sense in my mind where if I see somebody's face and they just look mean mugged like that, my mind isn't gonna immediately go, ooh, you might want to steer clear of them. Especially, and I'll tell this story with my wife sitting less than 5 feet away from me. It was in between, it was right in the gap of time before me and her started talking, and I was single. And I just so happened, even though I shouldn't have, I was at the hookah lounge, right, literally, you know the hookah lounge that's like right there in front of the apartment complex on Bay Tree? It used to be where Chegg and all of them.
Yeah.
Right there, and where Chubby's.
Yeah.
The second Chubby's location. Because remember, the first one used to be that pizza place.
Yeah.
So then it became the second one in that little strip.
Yep.
So I went there, and I don't know why, for whatever reason, there was this young lady that I saw that she was with her friend, but she didn't want to get up and dance. So she was just chilling with everybody, drinks or whatever. They up dancing or whatever. I see her, and she's just sitting there. I mean, she's just like.
She didn't want to be bothered.
She didn't want to be bothered. But something in my mind said, go tell her that you like her dress, bro. You like her dress. Go tell her that you like it. Go give her a compliment. Something told me to. I don't know why the fuck I did. Something did. So I walked over and I was just like, I just wanted to let you know I really like your dress. I think those colors really compliment you. And she was just like, okay, thank you.
I would say I'd probably do the same thing.
And she kind of like, okay, thank you. And I was like, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to say that. I ain't trying to hit you or nothing or whatever. I saw you. I liked the look. I just wanted to tell you. So, okay. Went to walk away. And she goes, so you really about to walk away? Bitch, did I just you that I just came over to compliment you. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay, when you was telling that, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's a setup.
Yeah.
Like, I like that dress. And I'm like, hey, look at it. That's what that sounds like a setup.
Yep.
It wasn't, and genuinely.
And that's what some
like,
guys do. Like, I just want to
And I
look
know.
real nice, right? And I'm going to leave.
And I know that's a setup, but like genuinely, that was just, again, and I don't know what in my mind made me look at her, see that she was like, oh, I'm making a face because I don't want nobody to bother me, and still go tell her you like her dress because you saw that dress when she came in and you thought it was a cool looking dress because it was like the pattern was real nice and it was like teal and like silver. It was a nice color. It was right. I couldn't tell you anything about her, but I remember the dress because the dress was nice. And that also tells you where my mind was at that.
Fuck her, look at the dress.
I kind of, sort of. It really kind of, sort of.
I mean,
And she told me that and another thing that kind of got me away from her, the fact that she wasn't in school. She was just like, she lived in Valdosta, worked in Valdosta, wasn't even from Valdosta though. She was from like Florida somewhere.
Oh,
But she had come to school in Valdosta
and just never left.
and did not finish because I think she said she was taking a gap semester or something. And she was working and everything, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's still a red flag because how you hear.
I mean, if you just take like a gap semester, no point in like moving on your stuff. Like, I just stay here and work, stack my money up. I guess.
Yeah, but nah. I wouldn't vibe. I think.
Well, obviously, wasn't meant to be.
Hmm?
Wasn't meant to be. So.
Nah, clearly not. I want to say, best compliment I've ever received from a stranger was a friend of a friend, but it was a stranger to me.
Mm-hmm.
Was we were all sitting around talking about like our interest and everything, and the friend's friend found out that I play ukulele, I'm trying to learn to crochet, I was in marching band, I can play trombone. Like she found out like a bunch of different stuff about me, and she goes, "Wow, you're so multifaceted. That's so interesting." And I don't know why. I was just like, I like that. I appreciate that.
Did she say that?
Yeah, like she literally was like, "Wow, you're so multifaceted. Like it's so interesting." I appreciate that. Thanks.
Okay, I just wanted to pick up on the tone, because based on the tone, that could be real backhanded.
Yeah.
Like, you're very multifaceted.
Yeah.
Like, that's backhanded as well, so you got too much going on.
Yeah.
Depending on her tone. But if her tone was nice, she
Like her tone was very nice.
Okay,
because
so
she followed it up with like, "Oh, that like you're really interesting." She was just like, "You have so much." Like,
even then, definitely backhanded. You're really interesting. Interesting.
Like,
Like-
yeah, you're
Interesting.
No, she didn't. There was no pause. There was no pause.
Ain't gotta be a pause.
It was like you're
right.
interesting.
There doesn't have to be a pause. Like,
You're
with
very
women,
interesting.
oh shit.
Well, I
Roll
took
that
it.
bitch off the tongue.
Well, I took it as a compliment, so I'm gonna say it was a compliment.
Well, then it was a compliment.
Then it was
If
a
you
compliment.
thought her tone was genuine, then it was a
I
compliment.
think so. Yes.
Well, I'm glad that she thought you were multifaceted and interesting.
Do you have a interesting or do you have a compliment, like best compliment from a stranger?
I don't remember if it's the best one, but I just remember this one random one. Me and my mom were in the store, like grocery shopping, whatever, and we passed by this lady. The lady like stops, comes back, and she's like, "I just want to tell y'all that y'all have very nice smiles. Like I saw y'all smiling, and I just wanted to tell y'all that y'all have a very nice smile. Y'all just look so pretty." I said, "Thank you." She's like, y'all are very bright. Just don't let anybody take that from y'all." I said, "Thank you." And like, imagine that in the middle of Kroger.
Honest to God, I think that would carry me for the rest of the day.
It did.
Like, that would carry my mood.
I mean, she probably didn't know we were like mother and daughter, but still,
Yeah.
like, I love that.
It's like that video that I was telling you all about where the woman went up to the guys in like Walmart and was just like, "Hey, you're too handsome not to be smiling." And like just watching them light up, like they just lit up.
Because men don't get compliments.
I mean, yeah, but
like
still.
that.
Yeah.
But
They
still,
don't
to
get
have, like, a
some
random-
of them don't get compliments enough. Some
That's
men
true.
get too many compliments.
That is also true.
They got a fat ass head.
Damn.
That
Damn.
they do. If you gas a man up too much, they don't carry that forever.
You know what? That's fair.
Mhm.
I was telling Gabby, I got "You Can't Have Friends" I got hit with the you can't have friends. I got hit with the you can't have friends the other day.
You can't have friends. That's
'Cause
funny. What did you do?
Because I was in Walgreens, I think it was. It was like Walgreens. And I was looking at the athletic tape because I was thinking about if I was going to buy the athletic tape there or if I was going to buy some somewhere else. And so I'm just like kind of looking, and the lady like comes around the aisle and comes up to me and just like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that you're real handsome. I
Yeah,
think
you can't have friends.
real attractive. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, I appreciate it. And she goes on to try to ask for my number, and I was like, well, I'm married. I can't. I really don't want to do that. I'm married. She was like, oh, well, you can't have friends. Your wife said you can't have friends, and I was just like, no.
Yes. No, you should have. Yes. She said I can't have friends.
I cannot have friends. I can't
As you shouldn't.
And she was like, oh, well, too bad. And she walked off, and I was just like.
And that's how you know right there that she was very okay with trying to be a homewrecker.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And I was just like, it ain't too bad for me, bitch. It would have been too bad for you because you would have got beat the fuck up.
Literally.
My wife crazy.
That's crazy.
Listen, that's what
you can't have friends.
I damn near wanted to run because I was like, bro, I know she gonna feel it. She gonna feel it, and she just gonna bust through the wall like the fucking Kool-Aid man talking about who talking about my ass? Like,
that's crazy that you can't have friends. That's real wild.
bro, she tried it.
Yeah, because those kind of people see the ring as a challenge.
Ain't no challenge over here.
Well, shit, it ain't gonna be a challenge when she got bought one and got my fucking ring imprint on her damn face.
That's crazy.
I was scared. Like, don't get me wrong. I was shocked because I was just like, oh shit, people even still look at me. That's fucking wild.
Crazy to some women, that wedding ring, they're like, I want that. Like you said, it's a challenge, but it's more like, that's that one on the market. Like, no, that literally means off the market.
Facts.
They're like, oh, that's a good. A lot of times they see
And
a wedding
some
ring.
women go for that on purpose.
Cause like, that's a wedding ring. A woman thought he good.
But it's like,
oh, someone else thought it was a good one, so I'm gonna take that too. That's what some women see it like that for real.
I was shocked. I almost didn't know what to say when she just said that I was handsome and everything. I was just like, okay.
They just walk in the Walgreens and shit.
Okay. And that's something else too. I was like, girl, we in the middle of a Walgreens
There's a
right
fucking
now.
Walgreens.
Like we in the middle of a fucking Walgreens.
What's she doing out there at Walgreens? What's she looking for?
Probably a P&B.
Picking up a prescription or something?
Some water because she was obviously thirsty.
Obviously. Oh,
trifling in Walgreens.
I
You.
want to move on to the next section. The Would You Rather of the Week.
Okay.
I actually asked this. I asked you this the other night. Would you rather have your ex move in next door or have your partner's ex move in next door? Like you had to choose which one. Which would you choose?
That's crazy. He ain't got many exes like that for real. But from what I've been told about his exes, you know what? I'd probably rap. I'm thinking. Actually, damn, that might be it's a very interesting would you rather actually think about life. I'd rather have my ex living next door.
Your ex?
I'd rather have my ex living next door.
I agree.
He's what got fought. I fought him. He got fought. One of them. He probably don't mind his business. Play with his kid or whatever. I'm like, you don't mind yours, I'm mind mine. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. Unless you want me to tell. That's it.
That's fair. She said that she would rather have her ex move in I agree. I agree. And she knows why. She knows why.
I would say. I would. But I don't know your ex, but no one heard. I can agree with that.
Nah, cause
Would you rather your exes live next door?
oh fuck no.
Alright then.
I would hate.
Cause I feel like it would be a fist fight every day. Like fisticuffs.
I like how we would do it. I'll fight him.
And it's only because, like, with women, they just got that little inkling. Like, certain women got that, and they would do everything that they could. It would be like one of those old-ass 1950s shows where they go out and just be like, oh, poor boy. Like, shit like that. And then, especially if they're moving in on this side, they have to pass by our house. It ain't gotta be us, cause she on my property.
See,
To get to the mailbox.
I'm fighting for revenge. I'm fighting for revenge.
That's
I'm fighting for
crazy
you next door. Don't even look this way, cause I'm gonna shoot you
She
between
said,
the
I'm
eyes.
fighting for revenge.
I'm fighting for revenge.
I'm fighting for revenge.
I'm like, why are you looking at my house?
Right.
What do you need over here? Ain't nothing over here involve you. Look another way before you lose both your eyes.
Right. At least with mine, like, we just be spiteful with it. Like, put that shit on speaker, talk about, like, yeah.
I ain't gonna do all that now.
Put a speaker in the window, or put that shit like right underneath their window. Have a microphone attached to it. Accidentally, look, if somebody over there got an iPhone, airdropping videos and shit.
You might even airdrop.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't need nobody airdropping shit out. After the airdrop party at college, fuck no. Fuck no. Never again. I still got some of the pictures actually. The weird that you airdrop
The ones that I would airdrop
are some of the funniest pictures I've ever seen in my life. It was in Palms.
Yep.
We were just trying to eat lunch. Somebody starts airdropping. A whole bunch of people start airdropping random pictures. And we had an airdrop party in Palms.
Always palms.
It's always fun.
I would always, whenever I would send one, and I knew it was quiet for a little bit and nobody was sending one, I'd send one, all I hear was, what the fuck?
Literally. Because her pictures were so out of pocket and the randomest shit you've ever seen in my life.
I know.
It's the funny. I have to. It's because I just go back to my phone sometimes and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Airdrop party.
My favorite one is always the Sandy one.
This is one of the only ones I still have. Oh, I have this granny.
That's not bad.
And then
That's not bad.
I don't know who the fuck this is. I have this.
Oh,
Hey, fuck
I
it.
know who that is. I know who that is.
She dropped it, so of course she would know who it is.
Yes.
Someone dropped a sea bear. Someone also dropped a sea bear.
Okay, that's funny though.
And a sea rhinoceros.
I think I have that as one of y'all's pictures.
I hope it's not mine.
I think it is yours.
I'm so hurt. If it is. Oh gosh.
Because I think ages is an egg.
That's honestly hilarious. I love that for us.
Let me see if I can find it.
Listen, some of the airdrop pictures were just memes.
They all should be memes.
Somebody dropped that sea bear.
Studio audience, how did you feel about the Would You Rather? Who would you rather be your ex or her ex? I don't. Her.
Do you remember, side note, do you remember when we first got in the group chat, that fucking trip they will always send on Fridays? Yes! We had a thing called Left Field Fridays.
I don't know.
Too bad. We had a thing on Left Field Fridays. Every Friday, people would just drop out of pocket fucking gifs in the group chat. I'm talking they were almost out of pocket thing. To make it worse, it was just one of those group chats that just build and build. Every time you add a new line, people get added. So every time a new line would add, somebody would drop the gif. Do you want to know what it was?
What?
It was the one of the Hulk. And it was some scene, it was the Hulk. He insert, and is Scarlett Johansson was there. She turned. Yeah, she turned. And
I know
like,
exactly the gift that you're talking about.
they would drop it. Imagine you just joined a nice, like, oh, I just joined this nice, fraternity sorority. I'm in a group chat now, and that's the first thing you see.
Gotta catch them all, yeah.
No. As soon as he said it, I knew exactly which one you were about to pull out. Ah!
They have to go somewhere.
Oh, this.
I'll never be able to just.
We
Anyway.
will never know peace.
I do.
As we used to say, I saw it.
We'll never know peace.
As we used to say,
Stop it!
As I saw it, so you gotta see it too.
Oh, really?
Give it here. I agree so fucking much.
That was one of the ones that I would drop.
It's the fact that so cozy.
I fucking hate that shit. I hate that shit so fucking much.
It's like, go ahead, get me in here.
I hate that shit so much.
It's like a little hot pocket.
This is why I don't be upset when my wife can't make recording days.
I have so many.
Oh God almighty.
It's just a little hot pocket.
Oh my God. I will never know peace with these two together.
I saw it, so you have to see it too.
And I have a bunch of Captain Acrylica.
Stop it.
Captain Acrylica?
Let me this.
Captain America with like the acrylic nail.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite tricks.
I have a bunch of them.
I still have like fucking Renesmee from Twilight.
And this one.
Lord have mercy. You know, at least Captain Acrylica, I can put on the podcast. I can like pull up the pictures. At least those are good enough I can put on the. This is going to be a video podcast. This was going to be video for both Spotify and YouTube because I could not justify putting just audio of this episode on Spotify. Because we're not describing any of what this is. And I'm not going to describe any of what this is. Because, oh my God. Oh. I feel so bad. I'm so glad. I am so glad I post. Or I make it so that way they're not for kids. Every single one of every episode, all of it, not for kids. Because God Almighty, some of the stuff that we will not only just talk about, but some of the things that get pulled up. God.
What do you mean?
I don't know, what do you mean? You see this. Are you ready for the next section?
Sure. Do you remember this? When he failed.
He ended up on something. I know he did.
He ended up on Greek Wars.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter. Asked about it.
Like, how you do that, man?
He was too into it, and it just had to happen.
But we got about 3 more sections.
Chucky. Yes, about it.
You said 3 more sections?
I'm trying to. If these two
Yeah, go ahead.
will
What are you talking
get
about?
their brain cells together.
Honestly, we have the
for us
brain
to-
cell that's bouncing back and forth right now.
Long enough for me to get to it
I'm here. What are you talking
We're
about?
here.
and go to the next
I'm ready.
section. I'm gonna cut out so much of this week's episode. I swear.
You got nothing but behind the scenes and bloopers.
I really like this whole episode. I might just name this week's episode "Nothing But Behind the Scenes and Bloopers" because
Listen, one of these days
actually
we'll talk about it later because that might that might have to happen.
I'm gonna be honest. This episode might be called the most nonsensical episode yet.
I'm here for
Because
it.
it kind of is. But the next section, anime discussion of the week. This question kind of got brought up, kind of, but not in the same way in a group that I'm in, that should filler episodes be allowed in anime? What was originally posted in one of the groups that I was in was people dislike or people not watching of filler anime or of filler episodes in anime are ruining anime. And my thing is, filler anime isn't bad when it's like 1 or 2 episodes per like arc, or even 1 or 2 episodes like in between a season, or like they're using a filler episode to explain how you get from one to the other. Like, then that's fine. Whatever. By all means. But when you have shows like Naruto, and I'm going to specifically call out Naruto.
There you go.
Because I want to say somebody did the numbers and it was like 40-something% of the show was filler. Like you have, I don't know how many episodes. They have upwards of like 300-400 something episodes, I think, of the like actual Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. And over like roughly, or like close to half of that is filler episodes. And it's like, that is fucking ridiculous.
Bleach.
Like every 3 or 4 episodes shouldn't be a filler episode. Like we shouldn't go 3 episodes, then there be a filler episode, then 4 episodes, then a filler episode, then 2 episodes, another filler episode. Especially because a lot of these fillers have no canon like consequences on what's going on. So like, and that's another part of it. If what happened in the filler episodes actually made a difference on the character development, actually made a difference on like the world development. One of the best examples I have, the episode that we got of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where we stayed with Zuko and all of them on the island, and they did it was the beach episode basically.
Yeah.
The
That-
beach episode.
That filler episode was one of the best filler episodes because once we got close to the end of the episode, we get a big emotional dump where we get to see where how Zuko was feeling and why he was mad at everybody but not mad, and he was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be mad at, I'm just mad. And then his girlfriend, who becomes his wife, I think, she's just like, I'm here for you. I know I'm not always like, I don't always sound like it, but I'm here for you. Then his even weird bitchy sister was like, hey man, I know it sucks, but like,
At
we're
least our
about
mother loved you.
Thank you.
like, I know it sucks, but like, hey, we're about to become the rulers of the Fire Nation, bro. It's about to be us. So, you know, could be worse.
Right.
And it's just like, we got to see a real open moment for all of those characters. Even Ty Lee, weird, crazy as she was. Like, they all got that. But like, most of these filler episodes are just, oh, the main character went to the store and then they couldn't find their favorite ramen. So now they're searching the entire city for ramen. Whole time, their best friend and or significant other actually has been beating them to all the stores, buying out all of their favorite ramen because they wanted to give it to them as a surprise because they noticed how hard working they've been the past like 6 months. You're never going to mention that ramen ever again. Ever. Never. Why do we care? Studio audience.
In that case, should anime put disclaimers like this is going to be a filler episode?
I think
feel
so.
like they should,
Yeah,
yes.
I think that would be, or if they don't put necessarily a disclaimer, do something at the very beginning, kind of like how they do with Naruto, some of the Naruto episodes, where like the episode starts and like you hear Naruto, and it's very obvious from the way he's talking that the episode is going to be filler. Like, just make it so that way we know, okay, we don't have to sit here and watch this episode if we don't want to. It might be funny, but like, it's not going to be canon.
I feel
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it depends because for like Soul Eater, for example,
Yeah.
And I always remember this damn filler episode because I hate him so much. Excalibur.
Oh.
His filler episodes, I could not stand. Even though, like, in the end, he was kind of pertinent to the story, but, like, his filler episodes made no sense whatsoever. And whenever I watch Soul Eater back, I always skip them because I hate it so much. Bleach is another one. A shit ton of filler.
Does One Piece have a lot of filler? Because I feel like that's.
I haven't
It's
watched
got
it.
I've been-
it's 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
I've been told by somebody who's caught up that there is a healthy amount of filler, but it's not so much to the point to where you lose the plot or like the filler episodes that they have are used to kind of help push them from like this arc to that arc. Like it uses to like place them where they need to be to that next arc.
So it's not just like, how the fuck did they get over there?
Yeah. So it's not like one of those moments. It's filler, and it's also filler to like, it explains, and I kind of want to say there was a filler episode where one of the first villains that we see, he ends up stranded on an island, and we kind of see his adventure, and it even though it was a filler episode, it kind of helped explain what he was doing until we see him later in the show, because he does come back as a villain. He comes back later. And so it helps explain, oh, this is what he's been doing. He's been on that island this whole time. Like, okay, it makes sense.
Right, or put like a classification or like an identification as far as like the regular episode 78, and then like the filler episode would be 78B or 7,
That would make sense, and that would help. Honest to God, I would do that. Like if I made an anime or if I made a show that had filler, it would be like such and such 0.5.
It's a 0.5 still.
Or I would do the Kingdom Hearts naming convention.
I feel like fillers, obviously, they more so help the studio catch up.
Right.
Yeah,
With-
like a break.
Yeah, with the actual story, because I don't know, sometimes I would prefer a filler rather than waiting a year and a half to get the second half of the arc. But it really depends on what the anime, like, what its overall story is. If this is like a lighthearted anime, okay, yeah, filler, sure, whatever. If this is a serious shit, no, give me a fucking break, because this filler is gonna piss me off.
Right.
Personally, I think an anime does pretty good with fillers, at least in my opinion, is My Hero.
Mm-hmm.
They do. I think they do a good job, because the filler in my head right now, it wasn't a beach day, but it was like a small fight with the fuck was these bitches' name? It was like Nedre, Froppy and them, and they were like doing like a drug bust or something.
Oh.
It kind of gave back to it like, oh, Froppy has all these like new skills. This filler kind of explains how she got these skills, because she was on, it was with Selkie, it was like a beach day. It was a kind of a beach day, but also like a drug bust mission.
Honestly, you
I think I
always
know
know when it's a filler if they
It's
have a beach day.
All beach day episodes are filler.
They're all
But,
filler.
like you were saying earlier, in between arcs, My Hero also does like these OVAs.
Yeah.
So
But
it's like, it's to give like a little, like, I know you're waiting for a little while. Here's a little something. It's not necessarily like, it's not going to help on nice enough, but it's a little something to get you fixed.
But speaking of what you were saying, especially with My Hero, they did a really good job with, there was an episode where they were doing a training exercise where it was like Yaoyorozu, Todoroki, Midoriya, I think Bakugo, Uraraka.
Like a bank.
Yeah, it was a bank robbery.
Yeah, that's a good little filler.
And the end of that episode was after the fact, after everything was all said and done, I think All Might approached Deku and was like, hey, you know you got to start thinking about work studies coming up soon.
Right.
I know somebody that can help you out.
Kind of teasing that next.
And exactly, like it helped push the plot forward after, they had the
Like those are good fillers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're very good fillers.
Other fillers where you're not doing shit.
Bro.
No.
Fillers just to be fillers, I think those are like what the ones that piss me off.
Right. Fillers that provide backstory.
Right.
help progress the plot, even just a little bit. Like, oh, it's like a episode y'all like on a ship sailing to an island. This little ship ain't doing shit, but we know how you got to the island because you're on this fucking ship.
Right. Show us you on the ship meditating and like
y'all just fucking with each other, pulling like, oh, we found like, oh, this person's a prankster because they pull pranks on the ship. Right. But you never know that part unless you have this little filler.
Exactly.
Little like side like character development, not like development, but like a little character
background.
A little character insight.
You know, one of the other ways I also think that like is inappropriate to have like filler episode is when we're in the middle of like the big battle of the season.
Oh my god!
Like I was like, damn, this nigga's lunch yesterday.
And like literally like the main character gets like stabbed through the chest or something. Then the next episode is like, hey, so 3 days ago before the fight started,
like let's go back to 3 days.
Yeah,
when I fell in the park.
And it's like.
No, you know what anime does that? This is like one of those like super early ones. Shugochara.
Yeah.
Shugochara, I think last time, because I haven't finished it all the way through yet, but I got up there. Shugochara, last time I checked, I had almost 200 episodes. When I was watching it, I think at the time I was on episode like 70 something, 80 something, and damn near half that was filler. And I was like, yo, like this is a super cute anime. Like it's not super heavy or anything. It's really cute. And I was like, fuck, man. What am I watching?
Push the shit
like and it's like you know when cartoons make fun of anime and they just show color everywhere, those fillers, color. I felt like I was in that episode of regular show where they were watching that tape and it was like the super galaxy people and they're just staring at the screen and they're fucking rainbows. That's what I felt like half the time. I was like, bro. And I think that's why I stopped watching it.
At that point, you need like I think that's why they create watch guides for some of these shows.
Yeah.
Like these are episodes you need to watch, and these are episodes that aren't important.
I mean, that's the reason why there's just to circle back to One Piece, there's a website called One Pace, where basically they've edited the entire show and they've cut out all the filler, so that way you can just watch and just streamline through the entire show. I gotta look it up because I'm really thinking about like, damn, this is gonna be how I get to catch the fuck up. Because there's no way just watching every episode will I ever catch up. And I saw this on TikTok as well. Somebody had a One Piece hot take where it was One Piece isn't long. People just have short attention span. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Nah, that ain't
1,000 episodes?
When I looked, last time I looked at One Piece, that shit said it had 1,089 episodes.
89?
1,089. I said, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm not watching 1,089 episodes of shit.
I feel like Detective Conan has more episodes.
I ain't watching a motherfucker.
I ain't watching shit like
Detective Conan, it's about a guy that solves mysteries. He gets turned into a kid and he solves mysteries.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely the fuck not.
No, because like that doesn't even fall in my rule when I watch anime. Because the way I do it is, if the anime only has like 20-something episodes, anything less than 50, I try to watch at least 8 or 9 to determine if I'm gonna keep watching it. Because if you don't grab my attention in the first 8 or 9, that's it. But anything longer, like anything 100 episodes plus, I try to give it to at least that 30th episode. Because really, longer ones like that, they don't pop off until you get to like the 20s and 30s.
Boy, what? And that, I damn near got jumped in a black anime group because I said some shit similar to that. I said, y'all are not going to sit here and tell me that Naruto Naruto was good before we got to their first mission. I can't remember what their first mission was. I was like, the first like 30 plus episode, a majority of those episodes are nothing but filler. And I was like, we get random episodes that are actually like canon. And I said, these first few episodes, you could skip them, go to the first like actual mission that they do, and you could watch the rest of it and you would not have really missed anything.
I I tried giving Naruto a chance. I stopped at episode, I want to say 18. I can't.
No, another thing that reminds me, Dragon Ball Z, you know what they do where they get into the fight, right?
Yeah.
And then, will Goku beat Frieza? Blah, blah, blah. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball.
And then the next episode is filler.
And it's just like a prolonged fight. So like you have to finish the fight in like what 4 to 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is like the inner monologue. That's what gets me.
I ain't gonna lie though. You would hate Record of Ragnarok.
I was just thinking
You
that.
would hate Record of Ragnarok.
Yes.
Because I want to say like the first like once the actual tournament thing started, the first like 5 episodes that were like tournament was only like the first like half of a fight. Like I think we've only gotten like 3 fights out of the entire first 2 seasons.
Jeez.
3 or 4 fights.
Now, second season, that was all filler. The first half of the first episode of that season was introducing who are the people going to fight this time. Background. Second half of the last episode is them really getting into the action.
Be so rude.
Because who are they fighting? It's Buddha and one of the, I think, Hindu guys?
I think so, because didn't Buddha end up fighting for the humanity?
Somebody else, yeah. He ended up fighting for the
humanity.
humans. Yeah.
And so, that was the whole thing. Also, the way they depict the gods, I love it.
It's so funny. Fucking Aphrodite, she has huge titties, and then she has 2 rock men that just hold them like this.
And if you look, because you have to like look to see it, she's always perpetually sitting. There's a rock dude that she's sitting on.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And if you look, the guy that are holding her titties, they're actually holding her back too. They're being the back support for the seat. So they're literally just doing
They're
this.
living the dream.
Yes. Like, even though a lot of it is like kind of sort of filler backstory, it's historical.
Yeah.
Filler backstory. So, because like, you know, they have gods from like every single culture. And most people don't know half of them. So the background that they do go into, it's accurate to that religion. So it's not like, oh, it's just filler just to be filler. It's filler so you can understand the character. And I really like how they do that.
Those are good fillers.
Yeah.
Also like the world building, because you know there's some like with My Hero, there's different mechanics, different concepts that you need to learn to understand why they're doing this and everything. You know.
Speaking of My Hero.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I just remembered. I just remembered the bullshit. So the studio audience knows. On the day we're recording this, the first episode, or the final episode, or the final chapter of the manga has officially dropped. So by the time this episode drops, the manga will have been completed. All that's left is for the anime to catch up to where the manga is. I read the last chapter. And I'm trying to find the word because I don't want to call it bad, because it wasn't bad per se. But for everything that they had done up to that point, it did not feel like it met the standard of what we were looking for.
Maybe they just wanted a nice ending to wrap everything up.
And that's the thing. And for what it is a nice ending. It wraps everything up. We find out like what all of the class 1A kids are now doing. We get to see like some nice callbacks to earlier in the show, in the story. We see like different people that we were like, oh dang, they're still around? Like, that's cool. Like, people talk about different ones and like what they're doing. I see some shit that I was like, you know, I wouldn't have expected that to be him. But I kind of vibe with it.
I kind of hope some of them don't become heroes. Don't say no, but that's just my hope. Some of them don't become heroes.
You're gonna see something in one of, like, if you decide to read it or if you just wait to see it, I hope that they keep just one specific thing, because as far as I can tell, or at least as far as what I've seen, all of them are still in the public light, but they're not all heroes.
I can live with that.
But like, you see something, And it's like it's in the background, but it's like you see it and you're just like, wait a minute, this is what happened. That's actually kind of funny. And it's great. But like I said, as a whole, I'm just like, I wish for all of the speculation, all of the theorists, all of the people that were headcanon, and don't get me wrong, I understand. The headcanons have gotten to be so extreme over the years. You just was like, no, fuck y'all, I'm not going to let y'all win. I get it. But there's some time where you could just be like, you know what, here, I'll give it to you. I give the dog a bone. Because, and if the rumors are true, because there's rumors and speculation that this isn't going to be his last work.
I also heard rumor that he's already working on another project.
Exactly. So I'm just like, this might not be, and we might get something else that's set in the same universe.
I would love to.
That'd be cool. I just, for the story and the way that the story is framed, I was like, this ending does not feel satisfactory for how you framed. You set yourself up. It felt very similar to how I felt when I watched the finale of How I Met Your Mother.
Ooh.
Disappointed. And I know that's going to turn off a lot of people to watching the finale. I know that. It's not as bad. I will say that, but reading it, before I got to that very last page, or like the last 5 pages, before I got to those last five pages, that was the feeling that I was starting to get. Like I remembered how I was feeling, like, okay, well, I mean, kind of, like that was that feeling I was getting, where I was like, okay, well, okay, like that.
Would you say like lukewarm? Like not too hot?
Yeah, exactly. Like it felt just kind of lukewarm. Like I was just like, okay. I mean, it's not so world shattering that
he was tired. He said it needed to end, so he had to do something.
I mean, the thing's been out for over a decade, so.
He said he's ready his time.
Yeah.
He made one of the greats. He's done.
He did, and that is for what it's worth.
He's put his name in the anime books. He said, I got my plaque.
And for what it's worth, he made one of. I truly believe that there are kids nowadays that will watch this show and look back at it with the level of fondness that we do shows like Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
And I think that is the highest praise and compliment that I can give My Hero, for it to not be caught up in the anime side of things. I think people are going to look back at it kind of like how they do Cowboy Bebop, Neon Genesis Evangelion. They're going to look back like we do those shows and be like, wow.
Nostalgia.
Right, like that's really a great show. Like, damn, I'm happy. You know, I grew up with that show. Like, they're gonna look back and that's gonna be what it is, and I think that's gonna be pretty cool. So.
And I looked it up. I have the official number of how many One Piece episodes there are. If you had to take a guess.
Too damn many.
1,112.
What's your guess?
1,305.
Jesus.
Yeah, probably around the same. 1,400.
You're one off.
Oh, wow.
1,113 episodes.
Yeah.
As of July 30th.
That's too damn many.
Entirely too fucking many.
I was off by one.
Damn, you were off by one. That's why, damn, you really know the number. You were off by
crazy.
one.
No, it's because when you said that you were like, they were like 1,089, so I was just like, okay,
that was a while ago.
I was like, they can't be that far off from that.
But that you were one off is crazy.
That's still too fucking many.
And the only reason I knew it couldn't have been that much higher is because I remember within the last year, they just celebrated their fucking 1,000th episode. So.
Because it's funny because if you look at Dragon Ball Z, it's been out for a while too.
Yeah.
But it's had different names. One Piece has always been One Piece.
So if they were to have One Piece, such and such, One Piece, whatever, it's still in the same.
Also,
Crazy.
because technically, I know technically, it's just, it is what it is. Dragon Ball GT is not a part of the main canon of Dragon Ball.
Nope.
Even Toriyama himself was just like, that's not canon.
Yeah, they're coming out with another Dragon Ball.
Daima.
Yeah, we're
Dragon Ball Daima.
He's
And
a kid again.
I'm excited for that because that was his last project.
So is this going to be canon this time?
Yeah, that is going to be canon because it's going to be similar to what happened in Dragon Ball GT, where there's going to be a wish, going to make the main character small. They have to figure out how to get bigger again.
Okay.
And I'm excited. I think it's going to be, if I had to be a true guess, it's going to be their way of bringing in like some of the non-canon aspects of GT that they want it to be canon.
Right.
I think that'll be what this is all for.
Right, because Super Saiyan 4, that was a part of GT, right?
Yes, and we want. I remember being a child, and I remember arguing tooth and nail that Super Saiyan 4 was canon. And only to find out, like, no, it's not canon because even though it had the Dragon Ball name, Are you good? For those of you, actually nobody would know because my wife is over here about to have a doggone coughing fit, trying to hold her laughter. They done had some kind of telepathic communication. That's what you get. They done had some kind of telepathic communication.
It's just they're smaller trying to get. I was like, look at this fucking Alice in Wonderland ass store.
What? But that would be a cool idea for like a wedding. Like the groom's like, oh my groomsmen, give me your power.
Hey,
No.
you're the next one. You're gonna be up next. So
We just said it was a TikTok. It was like when the groom tries to put opinions in for the wedding. No. I said I'll take some of his opinions into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I already agreed to one slightly nerdy aspect.
which is
One of the songs from the Deadpool movie.
Yeah. We heard, I was like, that's gonna be the intro song right there.
you know
It's
what?
like, that shit's like slick fire, ain't okay. All right, I'm like, okay, that shit go off.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
that's the one nerdy aspect so far that I've agreed to.
All right.
Alright. Is it JB rant time? Okay, rant, let me get
A
comfy.
little bit of a rant time.
Let me get comfy and rant away.
I say rant time, but it's really not like a rant. It's
Oh.
I wanted to take a moment for real because something happened. As you guys know, and the audience knows, I wrestle. I'm a professional wrestler. I wrestle all across the state of Georgia. I'm looking to go into Alabama here soon, probably down to Florida and Tennessee, just to get my name out there. I go by Jack Miles the Sweeper. I love my character. I love my gimmick. I wouldn't sit here and say that I am where I want to be. But something happened the other day before even the show, because when we were recording this, we had a show last night, which was when this episode dropped last Saturday. But a few days before that, I had one of my friends in wrestling who was from California. He told us that he went to go visit his grandmother. His grandmother who lives in California, he went to go visit her. She has dementia. And he was showing her videos from one of the shows that we had all been at recently where he was wrestling. And he said that was a memory that he would never, ever forget, just because his grandmother couldn't remember who he was, but she remembered his wrestling. And she remembered his wrestling character. And he said that like that's the moment that he'll never forget, because it's like even though she didn't remember him, she still remembered him, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like those are the types of things, those are the types of moments that drive me to do this. moments that drive me to want to do this so badly, because it's like, that is the type of human connection that so few people ever actually get, to make people feel things, to make people like feel any kind of emotion. That's awesome. And hell, I had a parent a few days ago reach out to me, and he just, he like, hey man, my kid is such a huge fan of yours. He's always so excited to watch the show on YouTube. Man, if you would, please just, give like a shout out, or like, you think you have like an extra shirt or something. I shouted him out and literally gave him a signed card, because I was like, bro, you're one of the dudes that you're one of the reasons why I'm still being allowed to come back, because you care that much. You're on Facebook commenting under Kraken Pro Wrestling's Facebook page, telling them like, hey, we want to see the sweeper. Like, it's stuff like that. Those are the reasons that I'm able to do this, why I get motivated to do this. Why even when I do have my moments where I get frustrated because I'm not where I want to be, I look at, I try not to compare myself to others, but then I look at some of the other guys who are flying out, they're flying over to freaking Ohio, to Utah, to California, Nevada, all these, Arizona, like they're flying across the country just about every single weekend to go do these shows, and it's like, dog, I want to be able to do that. Like, I want to be able to have that afforded to me, and I know, that is something that is going to have to come. That is going to have to come after a process. I have to go through the process if I want to get there. I can't just snap my finger to be in the end goal. Like, I understand that, but it's like, to know that there are some people who, 20 years old, they've only been training for like 2 or 3 years, they're already signed with WWE. Did you hear these ones that are like, oh, I've never really been a fan of wrestling, but I did gymnastics. I did gymnastics all growing up. I went to school for gymnastics. Now they're in the WWE. It's just like, I didn't even know about wrestling before 3 years ago. Now they're signed main eventing. And it's like, I'm happy for those people. I truly 100% am. But it's like, it's hard to see that and not look back at myself and go, you're trying your damnedest for what you are able to do. And in your own eyes, because you're the one that's walking the path, it doesn't feel like there's any progress being made. Again, it's because I see it from right here where I'm at. I can't see it from anybody else's angle. But moments like last night even, or last Saturday night even, where I had just got home, and I don't know if my wife heard this or not. I had just got home. I get a message on Facebook from a dad or from my uncle, and he was like, hey man, really hate to bother you, I know it's late, but are you able to do a video call? I got my nephew right here with me. He was at the show, and he was so upset he didn't get a chance to meet you. Or like, he didn't get a chance to like be around me like he wanted to. Because like, they had come by the table, but I don't think that they had gotten a real chance to like be and take a picture of everything. They were like, do you think you have a moment you can like FaceTime or like a video call? I was like, you know what, you just got here, yeah. And I just got here, literally hadn't even had a chance to put my keys on the hook yet. Video call. And just...
Take your time.
I'm trying not to get emotional. I really am. But it was something about just the level of excitement that he literally, as soon as the video call started, dude was like, oh shoot, it's the sweep. And I laughed. But I was like, bro, this kid is like 9, 10 years old. He's getting excited for me. Like, he's actually like super excited. Like,
you made that kid's night, bro.
Like, and literally, that's what the uncle, after the video call, he was like, dude, thank you so much. He made it night. Like,
he's gonna go tell his friends at school.
And it's like, those are the moments that like, wow, I'm actually making a difference. Like, growing up, you know, I've told the story about how my granddad was the reason that I even wanted to be a professional wrestler, because I would watch it, but then he would always tease me and be like, oh, you think you can get in there and do that with them? Yeah, I think so. I think so. All right, then, I'm going to see you in there doing it one day. I want to see you. That's my granddad. He always, that was his way of showing us that he cared. Was, well, you say you're going to do it, I want to see you go do it then. And here I am all these years later, and it's like,
You're doing it.
I literally made a kid night. Literally, the other kid dad messaged me too and was like, dude, thank you so much. The kid that I showed you the picture of before the episode, literally, he was like, dude, thank you so much. He was like, he was so worried that you were hurt. And just, you know, thank you so much for that. And those are the moments where I'm just like, I know I'm not where I want to be. But getting these moments are why I love wrestling. Getting to have these moments where literally I have another kid tell me, hey, I invited one of my friends, he's going to be here, he's going to come to the show, we're going to make sure we cheer for you. And then like before they leave, telling them like, hey, we have a YouTube channel, Cracking Pro Wrestling on YouTube. Make sure you share it with all of your friends so they can watch our video. Oh, I'm going to make sure I do it. I'm going to go to school next week and I'm going to share it with all of them. Like, oh man, come on. Like, those are the moments that like they help motivate me. They help give me something to look forward to. Because it's hard in the day-to-day to see the impact you're having. But then when you get ones who, for all it's worth, to say it for what it is, that still believe in the smoke and mirrors of professional wrestling, when you get those ones, that help bring that love forward. Because the more that they're willing to support us, the more that we're able to pour into it. Literally had a local guy who owned the toy shop down in Tifton, literally stopped me before the show and was like, hey man, I saw that video you did for the kid. I just want to let you know that's the kind of stuff that makes me want to be a sponsor so badly for them. Because y'all are about community and y'all are about trying to build in this community, and I love that. And I want to make sure that y'all can succeed as best that y'all can. And it's like, because of something that I did, you feel that way? And again, this is all stuff that I gotta work out with my therapist and why I don't feel like I make such a difference. But then to have those moments are the types of things that like they make me emotional, because it's like, wow. Like,
it's like you see your work actually coming to fruition.
And exactly, that's the thing. It's like I see the work, even if I'm still trying to build my own stock as a professional wrestler, trying to build myself to be somebody that people are blowing up by DMs to try to get me to come to their shows. But like, I feel like I'm building something. Is what I'm trying
You're making core memories for those kids.
And that's
You're making core memories. You're building your fan base,
Absolutely.
so you can get to where you be. You build the connection with your fans now. They're gonna help you get to where you want to be.
I can't wait. I just can't wait until I get probably at least one kid to be like, I used to watch him when he used to come to Tifton to be in the gym in Tifton. I used to watch him. He used to wrestle in Tifton. And people will be posting up pictures and be like, I knew him before he was famous.
Me, look at it.
Oh man.
In a sense, you're becoming All Might. You're kind of like All Might to some
Oh
people.
Lord, All Might. How do you feel that I am becoming like All Might?
You're a role model. You're becoming a role model. And in this kind of climate, kids need role models.
You know what?
Kids need
And
something
also-
positive to look forward to.
That's fair.
And I think you're a wonderful role model. And I'm happy to have you as our host. And I'm happy to have you as a friend / brother.
Listen here. I just got emotional. Don't make me get emotional again.
You'll do it.
You're such a cancer.
Oh my God.
And we love you for it.
Y'all not gonna sit here and bully me.
Ain't nobody bullying you.
Y'all not gonna sit here. Yeah, my wife be bullying me.
I can't say anything. I'm a Cancer rising, so I can't say anything. I'm an emotional mess behind my Capricorn wall.
Listen, I want you to understand something else. I'm a Cancer rising and a Cancer moon.
Ew.
Yeah, he's Cancer through and through.
I'm a Cancer in my base horoscope, but then I'm a Cancer rising and a Cancer
What's the name
moon.
for that? Stellium. Oh shit. Yo, that's ew.
I am as Cancer gets.
Ew.
Yeah.
I want to know what the rest of your chart looks like. That's gross.
I need to look into it.
Yeah, look.
Cause I'm a Capricorn sun, Capricorn rising, Libra moon. Yeah.
So
all just straight to the point.
Interesting. It's very. That might be why we get along, because we're both Cancer rising. But I'm an Aries moon. I got straight emotions behind Capricorn hard ass wall.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. I need to know the rest of your chart.
We'll look it up after the episode.
We need, there's information. Hope you know where you were born and the time.
I do.
Okay, great. We can leave
I actually do know all of that.
Must be nice that someone does.
No, it's because my parents had a baby book, and I looked in the baby book, so I knew like time.
The fact that you remembered.
What? I thought it was interesting information about myself.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting lore about myself. I'm sorry. I like knowing my own lore.
It's not you. Some people just don't care about their background. Don't even know how much they weighed as a baby.
You know what?
Can't barely give me the city they were born in.
Hi.
Wonder who that could be.
I think according to my mom, I weighed 8 pounds 3 ounces. Cause I weighed more than, which is funny. I weighed more than my older brother did when he was born.
Damn.
I was a big baby too. I think I was 8.
Damn.
8'10".
8 pounds is like big for a baby. Babies are usually like 6-7 pounds.
No,
You were big for a baby.
I was a badass baby.
Bro.
Either I was 8 pounds something and my brother was 7 pounds 8, or my brother was 6 pounds 8 and I was like 7 pounds 4 or something like
I
that.
think I was like 6 pounds.
You birthed
Little
yourself. That's
baby.
different.
Exactly. I was a skinny legend.
You what?
Skinny legend. I birthed myself. Do you not? Have we never told you? Has she never told you the story?
No.
Oh my God, you're getting my lore.
You put the lore on the.
I'll put the lore out there. I love telling people this story. I birthed myself.
How?
I brought myself into this world.
How did you?
Okay, so what happened was, my sweet, lovely mother went into labor with me.
Okay.
Went to the hospital, was pushing. I was not moving at all. I was just being stubborn. I wasn't moving. So the doctors was like, okay, baby's not moving. We gonna, let you rest for a minute, take a nap. We'll come back after a while. We're gonna try again. Doctors leave. Mom takes a nap. Don't know how long later, my dad comes in. Something in this universe said to look under the covers. And there I was at the edge of the bed. I wasn't dead. I was perfectly alive. I wasn't crying. I was just chilling at the edge of the bed. My dad was like, the baby's here. My mom was like, what? She's like, yeah, the baby's here. So they had to call the doctors in. They're like, why didn't you tell us? She was like, I didn't know. So I birthed myself and almost killed my mom in the process because she bled out. But my mom said I was literally at the edge of the bed. If it wasn't for the umbilical cord, I would have fell off. So, all that to say, my mother can never say the excuse, I brought you into this world so I can take you out. I brought myself into this world. So, I'm the one that can take myself out. So that is Kristal lore, my favorite fun story to tell people about myself.
I birthed myself.
Right, you can't, that, just saying that, people are like, what? Like, yeah, like it's hard. The fact that I wasn't crying, I wasn't breathing. I was just
Chilling.
just chilling, vibing out at the edge of the bed under the covers. So no one knows my time of birth. Technically, I have a time of discovery.
That's crazy.
I have a discovery time. I don't have a time of birth.
That's
I do, but no one knows it. It was sometime in the afternoon because the time on my birth certificate says 6:07. So at some point between that, I don't know.
Well, then ask them what time did they tell her that they were going to give her a break.
She don't know. It's been 27 and a half years. She don't
Goddamn.
know. She started watching 28.
You're 27 and a half. So you're
Okay,
right there. You're literally 6 months.
The point? What is your point?
But if I'm old, you're old.
But you're 28, I'm 27.
And a half.
Okay, and it's still 27.
No.
Go to a doctor's office and say 27, not 27 and a half.
I don't know. Depends on the doctor you go to.
I'll be damned. If I go to a doctor and say, you're 27 and a half. Am I fucking 2?
Yeah.
I'm 2.5 years old. No.
Yes.
But yeah, that's fascinating crystal lore that everyone knows about me.
I might cut it out the episode.
You better fucking not. Listen, that's my one greatest achievement in life. That's my one great thing in life that I did. What was your greatest achievement in life? I birthed myself. The fuck you mean? Who else could say that?
You know? I
And
don't.
my mother will corroborate this story.
I doubt there was anybody else that could say that.
Exactly. So now, if my child doesn't birth theirself, I'm going to be upset. I saved my mother all the trouble of labor. The least my child can do is continue the tradition.
Oh, you saved her all the
Like,
trouble.
look here.
You saved her all
I'm
the
not
trouble.
doing no fucking work. Bring your ass. You been in the hospital to go higher and higher.
Saved her the trouble of labor, but then almost killed her by having her bleed out.
But it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. She could have sued the hospital. Couldn't. Why ain't no nurse check on her? See? Could have sued the hospital. We could have owned I'm a name drop. The fucking medical center.
Of course.
The medical center. We would have owned that bitch. Medical center of Central Georgia. That was gonna be our shit.
Of course it's that one.
Of course it's the medical center.
Of course. I can guarantee you we probably have the same doctor.
Who is your doctor?
Dr. Rawls.
No.
Oh,
I had Dr. Gray. I don't know if they're still alive.
maybe.
I hope Dr. Gray is still alive.
Probably, because I think those were the two at the same time.
They would be. Because we were right there.
Yep,
We were right there. We weren't, but we were. Like a year apart.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Of course I do.
well, is that all the lore that you have to drop?
Yeah, that's all.
For now.
That's all my fun lore.
Alright, well for now that's all the lore that's going to be dropped. We're going to move into our next episode, which is the Am I the Asshole that she has.
The next episode. When you cut me off?
No, I said the next section.
You said episode.
Did I say episode?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
the next section.
Let us.
No, we're just going to go around. I'm kidding.
I saw this one. This one's kind of funny. Am I the asshole for reminding my friend that just because she's poor doesn't mean I am? Yes, already. Just yes. I saw this. I was like, I have to know what the fuck's going on because it's mean as shit.
That sounds so. What?
So you think she's the asshole?
I automatically.
Studio audience, what's your judgment based on the title?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Because I can't think of anything that could happen that justifies you going, hey man, just because you poor don't mean I am.
Right.
It's
It's
giving
you
off.
can't afford it.
Right. It's giving off, well,
Pretentious.
my daddy's rich, so
Right.
why don't you just get your daddy to buy you a Bentley?
Right.
Like that's really the energy that I'm
Sorry,
getting.
not living in a mansion. Living in a shack.
Right.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this. I, 20F, enrolled in the laundry program at school where I pay a lump sum and they do my laundry for me all year. And let's talk about how that would be great.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not waiting for that shit.
Right.
I wish.
It It's very popular at my university, and they pick it up from my dorm weekly. I don't even wash my fucking clothes weekly.
Facts.
I wish, bro.
Right. If my friend 21F is weirdly obsessed with this and constantly comments on it for some reason. She always comes over and sees my bag and has some random comment to say. She'll say, "How could anyone pay for that?" To which I always say, "Why would I ever do something I don't want to if I can just pay someone else to do it for me?" I'm wondering if she's like this to everyone, because that would explain why she has few friends. Almost everyone I know uses the laundry program. Her unwanted comments make me like her less. She did it again and was like, "What a waste of money. The laundry program is ridiculously expensive and no one can afford that." I simply said that I don't find it expensive at all, and that she finds it expensive because she's poor. I'm not, so I'll continue paying for the program. She's furious that I called her poor, but she is. It's just a fact. Am I the asshole? Edit. LOL at all the bitter people. It's unfortunate that her parents don't take care of her like they should, but that's not my problem. I'm not her mom and dad. They're responsible for their kids.
Yes, still.
Yeah, she's the asshole.
It's only because of the wording.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wording.
All she would have had to say was just, "Well, I don't find it that expensive. It's not a waste of money to me because I don't want to wash my own clothes. And plus, they can just wash it for me and I don't have to worry about spending time doing that."
Time is money.
Exactly.
You know how much time we waste washing and folding and doing shit?
I still have clothes that I haven't folded.
Yeah, listen, in college, they had one more time to take my clothes out the fucking dryer, and I was in a box. Like, I'm coming, my room is right around the corner. Like, give me 2 seconds.
That's
but
why.
That could have been a, like, on-campus job.
Yes.
That's why I was so happy when I moved off campus and I moved into a place that had a washer and dryer. So that way I could just put that shit in there and I can leave it in there if I wanted to. Then just if one of my roommates was coming to dry off their clothes, they just, "Hey bro, are these your clothes in the dryer?" "Yeah, my bad. Hold on, let me come get them."
Nah. And it would be people that would purposefully leave their shit because they know they're about to go to work. Bitch, I'm taking your shit out the dryer.
It's to be honest, I think I've stolen somebody's hoodie before. I'm like, you know what? You gonna take my shit out the dryer? I'm gonna take your hoodie out the dryer. It's mine now.
I would pay
They'll take
for
my
that.
stuff out. Yes.
Because it's a year-long thing.
Damn, that could have been a good-ass side business.
Yes.
Like, yo, I'll take your clothes. Just have them in a bag. I'll take your clothes and wash them over the weekend for you.
I would pay that.
College students, that's your side hustle. Start washing folks' clothes for $20 a week.
If they extremely nasty, you better start charging hell of money.
Maybe, don't offer to pick them up, have them drop them off to you so that way you can have them sign on
But if
the
they
bag.
pick it up, be like, "All right, John, I got you for 12 o'clock on Saturday. All right, you got one bag. Okay, all right, I'll have back by 3 o'clock. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, sign here. All right, thank you. All right, I'll be back." If you ain't doing shit else on the weekends and you need money, take that shit to the laundromat.
Facts. Oh, that's exactly what I
Barry,
was
take it to
saying.
the laundromat. Fuck this dry clean laundromat. It's been a whole. Honestly, let me move to a college town. I moved to a college town and start doing that. Like, I'll wash your clothes weekly for you. I'll fold them bitches and everything. I'll go buy dryer sheets, Downy beads, and all.
No, not the Downy beads.
Downy beads is how you get them.
Listen.
Fold it all nice, steam, get an iron.
You playing. If I really had the money or resources to know how to do that shit, I would
What you
get
need the money and the resources?
No, I mean to get a laundromat. No, I'm saying to
buy
get
a
a laundromat. I would get a
buy a
laundromat.
laundromat.
Because I followed a guy on TikTok at one point, and I unfollowed him because he started saying some outlandish shit. But at one point I followed him, and because he would talk about how the first 6 months he would have to spend his own money to be able to run the laundromat.
Yeah.
But after the first 6 months, he was like, "Yeah, actually, the laundromat basically pays for itself now,
Yeah.
and I'm even able to make a profit off of it." And he's like, "Yeah, each month I make $4,000 profit." He was like, because he was like, once I account for all of the things that once I account for all of the like things I have to pay for, which was only like power, water, the thing for the TV, because I guess he had like a TV in there.
Yeah.
Like he was like the streaming services for the TV,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, and then like the he had some kind of like not the money converter thing, but there was like a that you could buy products from. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh, like a vending
Vending
machine.
machine.
yeah, like the vending machine that you could buy like washer,
Yeah.
detergent, dryer
Yeah.
sheets, stuff like that. And he had one of those. He was like, yeah, once I account for everything, he was like, I just made like a $4,000 profit every month. And I'm like,
That's right.
it fucking only.
That's right. Like,
Boy, what?
shit, that's more than right.
And he was like, yeah, I only come over here like once a week. He was like, unless my on-site maintenance person calls me in for something, he was like, I'll come over here like once a week. And that's only to empty out the machine so that way they don't get over full with quarters. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Let me look into that shit. But then I was like, nah, you know what? I don't have the money to pay a lawyer to help me keep my shit intact.
I mean, just go in and have with somebody.
I don't trust people.
That was crazy.
I don't trust people. And you listen, I was the type of person that growing up, if I had a project to do, like a group project, excuse me, if I could figure out how to do it by myself, I'm literally telling my classmate, just let me do it. I can guarantee at least a B on this project. We'll be Gucci. Literally, my last semester in college, I had 2 projects in the same class that I told my classmate, one of my close friends. I told him, I was like, bro, just let me write the paper. Just let me write the presentation. I got it. We will make at least a B on both of these. And I think I made a 93 on one of them and a fucking 91 on the other one. And he was like, thank you so much. He was like, you helped me. He was like, you basically saved me this class. And I was like, I told you. Let me do it. Let me just, because especially if I know the parameters of what you're looking for in the assignment or the project, just let me do it. Just let me do it. Because I know how to frame it to where we hit all of the boxes we're supposed to hit. And I don't want to have to sit here and go back and forth with you about what you think we need to add and what we should take out. Just let me do it. I got it. And that was that. And that's how I am. I don't like. So that's why I go back to say I don't trust people to do this back and forth. I would with her if we were to both go in on it, but it's a little bit different because I don't think anybody would give separate signing loans for a husband and a wife to go in on a business.
I mean, they don't know y'all want to do like I want a business loan. Or just go get personal loans.
Maybe.
Get 2 personal loans, cool.
And then we always have a little bit of business down here, you know. Then we could tell my brother to once we leave and tell my brother to like, hey man, every so often.
Like break them off a little piece.
Yeah, of course. But it literally be like, hey, every like Friday or Saturday, do me a favor, go in, empty out the machine, put it in the bank bag, take it to that specific bank, and it'll go into our account. We'll give you a little slice every month. I promise.
Yeah, that's it.
Give them like 500 maybe.
You know, 500 what?
Maybe about 500.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Especially if we're only gonna probably make like 4,000 a month.
Make them about 5.
Well, depending on where we put it here,
Alright.
because
Laundromats are big.
if we put it honestly, if we put it over there by 96, it's probably do pretty good. Put it out there, put it out by 96.
With Reddit concluded, everyone sucks. They both suck. They both suck, but OP is the bigger asshole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%.
It's the way she said
Because
it.
it was the way she said it. Like, bro,
It's the way she said it, and the way the friend just kept making the comments about it.
Facts.
That's why everybody's asshole.
Cause at that point it's like, what, you want me to put some of your stuff in there? If you keep saying something about it.
Right, if you just poor, just tell me. Like, you can slide your shit in with mine.
And the thing is, like, that's literally just how easy it could have been avoided had they just had a conversation of like, well, I don't think it's a waste of money. Clearly, I'm using it. It's helpful to me.
But she did say that though.
But she just said it in a mean But she
said
but that's what I'm saying. Like if they had a conversation and not just rude and condescending, snarky comment, it would have been different. That's what I mean by that. Is what I should say.
Right. Just say like I can afford it and it's very convenient.
Yes.
But instead of saying, well, you just can't afford it, poor brokey. Like,
whatever the price is, unless it's like, oh, you're trying to say like it's $1,000 for the whole year. Like, no, that is too high.
$500 for the year.
Like it's $500 for the year. Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair.
I feel like because of it being college, they probably break it up by semester. Because some people.
$250 semester.
Because
that's
some
still
people.
terrible.
That's still not bad.
Because you get what? August, September, October, November, December.
Not even for all of December.
Not even all.
So you got
all of August.
Yeah, it's all of August.
Either way,
Yeah, so it's like
that's still not a bad
4
deal.
months.
I give you. I didn't get that. I give you $200 a semester.
That's still pretty good.
Right.
Because really, you spend more than that, especially like at BSU, it was a minimum of $20 that you could put on your card to do laundry.
Yeah.
And you gonna spend about $5 in the washer and then another $5 in the dryer.
Yeah.
At least.
And then
you
laundry
got multiple
detergent.
loads?
Yeah,
What
laundry
is it like?
detergent, fabric softener, the little dryer sheets.
Right.
That. And let's say that you do like you are one of those people that wash your clothes on like a regular basis.
Right.
You're gonna run through that within maybe 3 weeks.
Right.
Just about.
Mm-hmm.
Like save you the money, you pay that little $200, have somebody come pick your shit up every week.
Yeah.
I
would pay for that. Yeah, hell yeah. I told my parents, like, look.
I should have did that.
Look.
I should have did that on college. I didn't mind watch like give me some good TV. I said
Man.
start going in there, guys.
I remember I used to be in the washroom with my stuff. I had a little mini like notebook, basically that could connect to my PS4, and so I'd just be in there playing games while I'm waiting on it to wash. I'm just like,
It's hot in there. I'm not sitting in there.
oh no, I couldn't trust it. I didn't trust people.
Now in what was it? In Langdale, yes, they had chairs and shit. In Sinton, no.
The hell
Fuck
no.
no. It's hot. I literally like if this was my room, the laundry room was like right around
And
the
it
corner.
got super hot, yeah.
They had like 4 dryers going at once. And I was the type of person, I'm using like 2 washing machines.
Oh yeah.
I separate my clothes. I'm using 2 washing machines. I'm using $20 to wash my clothes all together this one time.
Yeah.
And I still gotta fold them. I'm just gonna have hot clothes for like a couple hours. I'm not.
And put them up.
And put them up. I'm gonna pay somebody to do all the other work. I'll put it up. Just do everything else
Please.
You know what?
for
That's
$20 a week.
valid.
So
That's mad valid.
All right. Well,
Let's go back in time and start that. Start that shit.
if I could go back in time, I'd get my certification to cut hair before I went to BSU.
Oh, I would have did a lot. No,
I
I enjoyed my time at BSU.
I would have. I did. But I feel like had I started with the certification to cut hair.
You could have been cutting hair on campus.
Exactly. I could have been on campus cutting hair, getting money. Because I think I told you about the guy my freshman year who was cutting hair for $7 a head in the dorm room my freshman year. And I remember I paid him, I gave him a 10 because my dad always the type of person. You tip your service people when they do a good job. I thought he did a good job, so I was like, give him the 10, let him have the whole 10.
Right.
This mother pulls out a wad of cash like this. I had to look at him and be like, bro, if you don't put that away, I said, don't ever let me catch you pull out a wad of cash like that again.
I'm going to take that bitch and run.
And he was like, bro, what are you talking about? I said, first off, everybody ain't like me. They're not going to see a wad of cash like that and be like, all right, cool, good for you, chill. They're gonna knock you over the head with something and take that money and you wake up, you'll never know that they was even in here.
We'll snatch that shit quick as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, so don't ever let me catch you. Like, if you're gonna take the 10 or if you're gonna like give back change, have like a lockbox or something. Don't just keep it in a roll in your pocket.
Like, oh, somebody give you a 10. Oh, all right, let me go get you some change real fast.
Yeah.
Don't pull that out.
Especially don't pull that out right there in my face.
Right, now I'm jealous. Now I'm gonna punch you.
Y'all know how many people did that shit while I worked at Tidal Wave? There was this one guy. He always came in on Thursdays. Every single Thursday at about 3-4 o'clock. console had like, and I saw it because his car was low as shit. It was one of those low riding cars, but it wasn't low enough so he couldn't get into the wash. Because he came in a different car one time. I told him he couldn't go.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, it's too low. Shit, scraping the ground. Anyway,
Scrub the ground.
and I saw in his center console had about maybe 4 or 5 rolls about that thick.
He was a dope. He was selling dope. That's what that was.
Oh yeah.
He was selling dope.
He was super nice though.
He a nice though. He a nice though.
Yeah, he was super nice. And then sometimes he'd be like, especially on the super hot days, he'd be like, here, and he'll give me like a 10 or a 20. He'd be like, here, go buy you some lunch. He's like, go ahead, go buy you a lunch and get out this heat because it's too hot out here for y'all. He was nice.
Fair enough.
He was like one of them old dudes. And like it was one of those ones that he wasn't like flirtatious with it. You could genuinely tell he was trying to be nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Better have been.
And I was like, hey yo, Alex, I'm going on lunch.
Look, you better have been. You better have just been trying to be nice. I'll put my feet through his fucking windshield.
Why would you do that? That could have been a shirt. That could have been a shirt. Be nice.
No,
right.
Not unless he offers sugar without the sugar obligation. I mean that with every fiber of my being, because I know if the roles were reversed, shut it.
If you
because I know
let me finish my
reversed,
statement, I said I mean yeah.
If somebody come up to you and trying to give you 100 mil, and you just gotta give them some sugar. If you don't give them no fucking sugar for 100 mil,
go give them some sugar.
Hold on. No, because I want for real. So let's say an older woman in her like middle 50s, she's a widow or whatever. She sees me, she likes me, she wants me, all that good stuff. Willing to offer me 150 mil, but I don't even want to say it. Wow, that's crazy.
You gotta rock her.
Thank you. I gotta rock her world.
You gotta bust it down for
I gotta rock her world like 2 or 3 times, and she'll give me like increments, but it's gonna total out to be like 150 mil.
A year?
Like a year? 2 to 3 times.
Let's say like 10 mil a year for 10 mil a year for 10 years, and the obligations are like once every 3 months.
That ain't enough.
She need to up it.
Right.
She need to up it.
Think about 50 mil of pop.
Yo.
Every time you pop something, she better pop 50 mil.
Yeah.
So it equal to 150 mil a year.
Yeah.
That 50 mil 3 times a year, that's every 4 months. I guess I go on to the little testing center, baby. Go on, get your little pop, and let's go. That's it.
Get tested, get money.
Boom. I'm trying to help fund the life you want. Listen, it ain't gonna kill nobody. She can't do nothing anyway. She 50 plus years old.
Cause what if she decide that she want to kill over one day and write you in the will? She give her you the whole estate.
Right now you got
and all the assets.
Now you got a mansion with 10 mothers.
Because
you popped it one good time. And she like, damn, that's some good shit. Let me put that in my will. Pop. Then she died. You only had to hit it one time. And now you got everything you need.
I guess just morals and loyalty just don't mean shit with money.
You being loyal to me by making sure that we live lavishly.
You are providing her lifestyle. You gotta do as a husband.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In the Bible.
Actually really might just cut this part out.
In the Bible, it says a man provides for a woman. Provide for your woman and bust it down.
We can live lavishly. I could be the nice trophy wife.
She ain't never got to work another day in her life. Cause you work 3 days.
Cause
3
then,
hours
like,
a year.
what if she like the owner of one of these fucking like Porsche, Ferrari companies, some shit like that?
What if it's Melinda Gates?
Like we just now we became Fortune 500 billionaires
By doing.
James, help me. You just sitting over there, big fella. Help me.
He on the line too? What you mean?
Help me, my man.
He followed it. That's why he shut him out.
That's crazy.
He shut him out.
That's crazy. You know what?
If I say catch you a corner for 50 mil, listen, he was already strutting my cross. He ready. He ready. He know what it is.
I'm not.
That's called
I'm not.
commitment right there.
Right.
I'm not vibing.
Committing for us to live a better lifestyle.
Exactly.
I'm not vibing.
You want to make your wife happy, do you
I'm
not?
not vibing.
Do you want to make your wife
happy?
Okay, then, so make
but
her happy.
But if it's at the cost
Catch
of
a
me
cold.
having to sleep with the fact that I have not been loyal to her, then I don't want
You
it.
are being
You are
loyal to
being
me.
loyal.
How?
Because when you out there,
She knows
that is that lady dick at that point. And then you come home, take a shower, it's now mine.
And get tested.
And get tested, and it's now mine.
Yeah, that's loyalty.
Because what's also lower than 50 million.
That's
gonna be
your
Put
real
your
loyal.
audience
That's your
out.
real loyal. That 50 million get loyal and more loyal every time I see. Like, I love that man. See an extra comment there.
Real nice.
Like you put it down this time. She gave you double.
She right. Oh, you must did something different
This
this
time
time.
something new.
She had another 20 million.
Okay, put it down.
You must add some honey to her tea.
I hate it here. I really,
Put a little
really
extra in
hate
that sugar bowl.
it. I really, really hate it here.
Sometimes you gotta clap the cheeks to get the sheets of money.
Muted. Muted. You know
You're
what?
just
You're
mad because
muted.
you're on your own in this argument.
You know, I will be, and then
You just don't want to make
we're
money.
just gonna end it. We're
Because
gonna
I do
end it
the
right
same
here.
for you. If some man talk about some, look here.
I wouldn't
I
want
like
you
it.
to.
I want you.
I wouldn't want you to.
You
What
don't
if
want-
he's saying, like, he just some, like, whatever, we just gonna name it because they got money over there. Like, he's one of those, like, Arabian princes or some shit. And he willing to pay out $1 billion
You just want
I will-
one night a year. That's it.
And I
for
will,
$1 billion.
and I am going to
Tax
commit,
free.
and I am going to commit various war crimes to keep it from happening.
Just don't. He's must live in poverty.
You just want her to be poor.
If it means that
Can't afford my laundry service.
Damn, now she got dirty clothes and no money. You want to be on the streets. You want to get by a car, basically.
Because you won't let me shake
the
it.
drunk texting
For
podcast.
shaking for a
If you
bill.
have enjoyed today's episode, then please do
Please
me
shake
a
for a
favor by liking and commenting. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us. You can find us at all of the social medias via Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, Discord. We have those links down below. What's your social media, Miss Co-host?
You can find me everywhere at Kristal Deshane, KRISTALDESHANE. And what's your socials?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at _YoungJB. That's _YUNGJAYBEE. I make the special announcement now. When this episode drops, I'll be streaming that night. So this is gonna drop Thursday. I don't know what date that is. The August. Where's my calendar?
I think it's the 8th.
Yes, Thursday, August the 8th. This episode will drop tonight. The night of this episode dropping, I will be live on Twitch. I will be playing with the studio audience, and maybe one of my other friends will be playing Baldur's Gate 3. We started playing, we've only gotten like 2% into the campaign when I was like, you know what, this is a fun game. I think I would like to play it on Twitch. So you guys can follow me on the Twitch. That link will also be in the description below. But yeah, that's it. My heart hurts. My heart hurts.
You know what will make your heart not hurt?
Having $1 billion in my bank account.
My heart hurts from these hypotheticals.
That $1 billion could fix your heart.
It
It could buy you a new heart. At least 10
It could buy
hearts.
me a new back. Could buy me a new spine.
Oh my lord.
After it's broken,
Sometimes you gotta break backs to save backs.
Shut. You know what? The Twitch stream will no longer feature will no longer feature the studio audience.
Because he'll be out making his money. As a good husband should.
Anyway, I have a thing to read. If you or a loved one is struggling with alcohol abuse, dial the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. The National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline provides information on alcohol and drug abuse, local treatment options, support through hotline counselors who are there to help speak with you about alcohol, drug, or family problems. You know I say it every time because I mean it every time. We're so incredibly happy that you joined us right here on this great comfy couch. And we'll see you in the next episode for episode, what is that? Episode number 16. Well, that being said, we want you all to know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and we are so glad that you joined us right here to make your Thirsty Thursdays so much better. But with that being said, we will see you in the next one. Bye! Yo! That's not a woo!